All right, welcome. Today, we are going to unlock a math superpower, mastering metric conversions. And you know what? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It is all about the number 10.
You know that feeling? You see a problem asking you to switch from meters to centimeters, and your brain just kind of freezes up? Well, don't worry about that. It can definitely seem tricky, but I promise you, it is so much easier than you think. We're going to break it all down.
So, what's our game plan for today? Well, here it is. First, we're going to get a handle on the one big idea behind this whole system. Then, we'll meet the metric prefixes. After that, we get to the really fun part, what I call the decimal point dance. We'll practice with length, we'll practice with capacity, and then we'll wrap it all up with a final challenge so you can really show off your new skills.
All right, so first things first, what is the big idea here? Well, the main clue is right there on the screen. It is all about the number 10. So, what exactly is the metric system? Well, it's really just a super logical way of measuring things, where every single unit is connected by powers of 10. That's it. That's the whole secret. You don't have to memorize a bunch of weird numbers, like 12 inches in a foot or 5,280 feet in a mile. Nope, it's just 10.
And this really gets to the heart of it. You know how in math class we talk about place value? How a digit in one spot is 10 times bigger than the one right next to it? Well, guess what? The metric system works the exact same way. Every single step you take, up or down, is just about multiplying or dividing by 10.
And you can see that pattern right here. 1 times 10 is 10, times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000. See, you're just multiplying by 10 every single time. This simple little pattern is pretty much the engine that makes the whole system run.
Okay, so now let's see how we can build on this idea. It's time to talk about metric prefixes. Now, I want you to think of these prefixes like labels on different sized building blocks. They just tell us exactly how big or small the thing we're measuring is. So, for what we're doing today, we're going to focus on two main base units, and these are the ones you'll see all the time in your math problems. We've got the meter, which we use for length, how long something is, and we've got the liter, which we use for capacity, like how much juice a bottle can hold. So how do we show if we're measuring something really, really big or something super tiny? That's where prefixes come in. For the big stuff, you've got kilo. That means 1,000. So a kilometer is just 1,000 meters, a really long distance. Then for the small stuff, you've got centi, which means 100th, and milli, which means 1,000th. They tell us we're talking about something way, way smaller. And this right here is our secret weapon, the metric ladder. See how our base units, meter and liter, are right there in the middle? Now, if we go up the ladder towards kilo, our units get bigger. But if we go down towards centi and milli, they get smaller. And here's the key. Every single step on this ladder is a power of 10. Okay, you ready for the absolute best part? I call this the decimal point dance. This is the trick. It's how we're going to move between all those units on the ladder with just one super simple, super easy step. And you know what? There are only two moves in this dance. That's it. If you're going from a big unit down to a small one, you move the decimal to the right. And if you're going from a small unit up to a big one, you move the decimal to the left. Seriously, that's the whole dance. And here is the one magic phrase that connects everything together. Are you ready? Every hop on the ladder is one hop for your decimal point. Just keep that little phrase in your head, and I promise you absolutely cannot go wrong. All right, enough talk, right? Theory is great, but let's actually do this. It's time to put it into action. Let's practice with length. We're going to turn some meters into centimeters. And check this out. This problem comes straight from your Unit 2 assessment materials, so this is some seriously good practice. Here it is. A blue whale is 24.5 meters long. So our job is to figure out how many centimeters is that. Okay, so how do we solve this thing? First, we find meters on our ladder. That's our base unit. Now to get down to centimeters, we need to take, 2 hops down. And what's our magic phrase? Every hop on the ladder is one hop for the decimal. Since we're going from a bigger unit to a smaller one, that means we move our decimal 2 hops to the right. Let's watch that decimal dance. We start with 24.5. One hop to the right, boom, it's 245. But we need a second hop, right? So we have to add a 0. And that gives us 2,450. The blue whale is 2,450 centimeters long. See? I told you could do it. You've totally got this. That was awesome. Seriously, great work. Let's try another one just to make sure this really sticks. We're going to switch gears and do a practice problem with capacity. This time, we're going from milliliters to liters.
Here's our next one, and again, this is based on a problem you'll see in your Unit 2 assessment. A water sample has 3,200 milliliters of bacteria. So the question for us is, how many liters is that?
You know what? It's the exact same process. We're just going in the other direction this time. Okay, so we're starting at milliliters. To get up to our base unit, liters, we need to take 1, 2, 3 hops. Now we're going from a small unit to a big one. So what does that mean? It means our decimal moves 3 hops to the left.
Let's do the dance. Now, with a whole number like 3,200, the decimal is kind of hiding at the very end, right? So let's move it. 1 hop to the left, now it's 320.0. A second hop, we've got 32.00, and our third and final hop gives us 3.200. So our answer is 3.2 liters. Perfect.
Okay, it's official. You have learned the decimal point dance. You've seen all the moves, you've practiced the steps. Now it's time for your final challenge. This is where you put it all together and prove that you are a true metric master.
Okay, here we go. 2 parts. First up, a new one. A giant squid is 1,090 centimeters long. I want you to convert that to meters. And then let's double check our work on that last problem, convert 3,200 milliliters into liters. This is your moment. Go ahead and pause right here, grab a piece of paper, and do that decimal dance. All right, did you do it? Are you ready for the big reveal? Let's check your answers. For that giant squid, going from centimeters up to meters is 2 hops up the ladder. That means 2 hops to the left for our decimal. So 1,090 becomes 10.9 meters. And for the water sample, we already know that one. Milliliters to liters is 3 hops up the ladder. So 3 hops to the left. 3,200 becomes 3.2 liters. If you got those right, that is absolutely amazing work. You did it.
So really, the big takeaway here is that you've totally mastered the secret of 10. The metric system isn't some big scary mystery anymore, is it? It's just a tool, and now you know exactly how to use it. So my final question for you is this. What else in your world uses this simple secret? I mean, think about it. From science class to the kitchen, where else do you see it? Keep an eye out. Thanks so much for joining me.